Ledger Performance here. This is Friday, the 24th of November. And who do we have here? We have Little Shoots from Sledaddicz coming to drop off his sled. We're going to do some work on her today. Here he is. Look at this. Going to be a good day in the shop. We're going to do a little video. And we're going to get Mike set up here. He's going to be in the ditch in about 2 seconds.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all getting ready for sledding season. We are still in the thick of preparations for the upcoming riding season, and I'm really excited. Today's actually going to be a great video. We've actually partnered up with Chris Ledger from Ledger Performance this year, who's going to be actually doing some work on our new 900 that we just picked up and built this week. And this has been in plans. I've been talking with Chris, over the summer. We did some fishing together, and we just talked a little bit about some of the things that he does to make these things work really well. And I was coming off that Mach Z, which I wasn't really super happy with what it was for a Mach Z, but I always liked that 900 motor. It's a great engine, and my buddy Adam did some clutching on it for me to make it work really good when we had it up at Poplar last year and just doing some lake running with it. But, I was talking to Chris, and he's got some, really cool things that he does with these turbos. For those of you who don't know Chris, he's been in this for about 25 years. He started out actually working for Bill Cudney, who, pretty much everybody knows in the sledding community is a clutching expert. And, he did that for a couple of years, learned a lot, and, he's a pretty hardcore rider. He rides all over the place in Ontario and Quebec. And he started his own business about 25 years ago, and he's been known as basically the turbo guy here, definitely in Ontario, but he's got customers from all over the place. He was just telling me he had a couple of guys in from Maine yesterday. So we've got some exciting things planned for this 900R turbo. Today we're going to be going there for part one, which is going to be a track swap and some studs. And Chris already has the track ready to go for me. So we will, bring to you guys a video right from his shop, and we'll talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing for this particular machine. We'll see you guys there.
Here's Mike backing in. Going to get his 900 set up. New track, big studs, and she's going to be a ski dangler for his first ride in Cochrane at Christmas.
All right, guys, welcome to the shop. We got a special video planned for today. I'm here with Chris Ledger from Ledger Performance. Chris has been around the game for a long time. He's a hardcore sledder, puts on a ton of miles, and obviously, this is his core business. He does a ton of work servicing sleds, getting them ready for the winter, repairing lots of sleds. He's also really well known as a turbo guy here in Ontario. So we've got some plans for my new 900R today. Before we get into it, Chris, tell us a little bit just about the business in general.
I've been doing this for quite a long time, well over 20 some odd years now. I am a turbo guy. I like turbos and stuff, but I do not just do turbos. I do everything. I do all makes and models, to be honest with you.
Yep.
My preference is skidoo, and that's because I worked at St. Ange Recreation for a long time too as a mechanic. And then I decided it's time to go on my own and pursue other venues and stuff for myself, which it's done very well. I've worked with Bill Cudney with clutching and stuff over the years. Now I have my own clutching for 900s and 850s. But yeah, it's been good, and hopefully we're going to have a good season this year, and we're going to get Mike rolling here.
For sure. So let's get into it a little bit before we get started. Today we're going to start with a track swap on the 900R, and we're switching the stock track, which is a 1.5 inch ice ripper.
Yep.
And we're going to a
two-ply 1.25 Ripsaw, which is a very good track. Skidoo in quite a long time has been using 1-ply tracks, which I really don't think is a good option for this when you have Polaris and Arctic Cat and Yamaha running 2-ply tracks. There is no really reason why. Put the price of the sled up $50 and put 2-ply tracks on them, so we don't need to change tracks on them. Yes, some guys get very long miles out of these 1-plies and stuff, but they've been delaminating the last few years and stuff, and so that's why we're switching this out to a 2-ply, because Mike puts a lot of miles on too, and we don't want any issues. So that's my take on a single ply. They are a good track for an average trail rider that's just out riding and having fun, but a performance as an 850 or a turbo or even a boosted turbo, we should have 2-ply tracks on them.
And what is it? It's just stronger throughout the
So
entire...
it has a lot more integrity to the track, a lot more cords in it, Kevlar, and it's just a stronger track, less ballooning at high speeds. Yeah, it's a good track. It's a Ripsaw II is the best track out there.
All right, we'll give you guys a quick shot of this 2-ply track and stud setup that Chris has put together for me. And Chris, tell us a little bit about the stud choice that we've got for this one here.
So these are Gold Digger studs. That's what I use as Gold Diggers. I just think they're a very good stud. They last a long time. Other people have different avenues of studs and stuff, and there is nothing wrong with that whatsoever. This track is 1.25 inches, and we run 1575s in there for good penetration and stuff like that. The track that they are stud boys, stud this, stud that, they recommend probably 1375s. Yes.
So this is a common misconception.
This is a common misconception. For an average Joe Blow trail rider, yes, it's probably fine, but you're not getting the full potential of a stud hooking up and working properly.
Yeah.
Some people think these are way too big, but we have lots of companies out there that run way bigger studs than even this in this. This is a very good stud package right here. There's no bending, no nothing or anything, but everybody has their preference. We use this year, there is a few of us using these Star backers from a place in Fort Erie. They are not cheap. By any means, they're not cheap, but very well made, aircraft aluminum, all one piece, so less bending, less this. But that's not saying that other backers are bad, because there is a lot of other good backers out there. 100% colors, this, that, plastic. So it's really everybody's preference on what they want to run. So yeah, that's what we're going to put on Mike's. I think it's a very good choice that we're going to put on there, and Mike will give us hopefully a full read back on how he likes this. Yeah, so this sled has smart shocks, so it is a bit more technical to get the suspension out. The wires are very small, and it has to be done properly and wired and zip tied back up very good, or we'll get ice in there and it'll start throwing codes for the shocks and stuff, which we do not want when we're trail riding. So yeah, you got to really make sure that they're done properly. And like, that's what I mean. You can get yourself in deep trouble by coming into a corner and stuff like that, because you're like, I'm doing 120 and that corner's coming fast. You know? It's just like, yeah.
probably got to relearn how to ride all
Oh
over.
yeah, yeah. I don't let too many people drive my sled anymore.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Have you had any accidents like
Oh
that?
yeah, I had one guy wrote one off on me.
Seriously?
Yeah. He said a deer ran out in front of him. I said, bud, there's no deer here. Like they don't even have deer here. So like, what are you talking about? But yeah, when we get this set up with your 210 kit in it, you're gonna love it. Like, Jesse will buy one, guaranteed. That'll be for sale because you're gonna just go buy him like he's standing still, and he's gonna be like, what the hell?
Hi, I know this guy. Good, how you doing?
I just got the phone with Randy. You're welcome.
Yeah. He's crazy. We're done, Mike.
Ready to go? Looks good.
What's the wires in it?
That's just me. I need to fix that.
That's him.
I'm gonna do that after.
No, do it now. Go ahead. Do it. We got a bit of time, and then we're going to go get something to eat.
All right.
I let him take mine for a little, just rip around the yard. He was like, oh my fucking God.
All right, guys, that takes care of part one for the work that we're doing on the 900. So Chris put on the new track for me with these awesome new studs. So can't wait to get this thing out and ready to rip. If you guys have any questions, needs around sled maintenance, turbo tuning, anything you want to do basically to your sled, give this guy a call. We're going to put his number in on the bottom of the video, and I'm sure he'd be happy to help. I think you even had guys come up from...
We had some guys here on Tuesday from Maine, all the way from Maine. I couldn't believe.
So not even just Ontario guys. Guys are coming from all over the place. So give Chris a call, and I'm sure he'd be happy to help you out. Thanks for watching the video, guys, and we'll see you on the next one.